Amazed at how much produce we actually have in the garden still. So considering that I've only just finished using the potatoes in the first bed, which I started using in June, and this is the second batch of potatoes, and these ones are bigger than the ones I had before, so they should last me a lot longer. We've still got all the garlic, which we've actually grown, and we've still got quite a few onions left, plenty of rhubarb. The strawberries are like out of control at the moment, so wherever I look, there's just strawberries like forming like all over the place. So there's me saying a couple of punnets at the most, and the rest, and the rest. But you can see the sweet corn, that's all doing quite well. So that's all started flowering as well. And now we've got all the husks, which are coming out the side parts. So we will get some nice corn on the cob. And even the cabbages and the broccoli, which got chewed down a few months ago down to the stalks, have actually bounced back a little bit. So I don't know if the cabbages are going to heart up, but if they don't, we've still got the leaves, which we can eat. And I can see on the broccoli, we've got a floret, which is coming through now as well. So I'm just over the moon with everything in the garden. I just hope now that the butternut squashes, where they got eaten by the chickens, will bounce back a little bit, because there is some new growth which is actually coming through on them. But I don't know if it's too late in the year to actually get any decent fruit. But we've still got plenty of kale, and that's one of my favourite veg, because the more you pick it, the more it's like regenerates. And it's a good food source to have over winter again as well. We've got still got loads of leeks. We've got the tomatoes, which are just slowly ripening now as well, and the cucumbers. And I've got one pepper flower, which has come out on the plant as well. So we might get a couple of peppers if we're lucky. And then we've got all the pumpkins, which are getting quite big now as well. So I think there's 7 of those in total. And they say, you know when a pumpkin's ready, because if you tap it and it sounds hollow, then it's ready for the picking. So I'm gonna leave those on there for like another week, and then just so they get like a little bit bigger. And they reckon with pumpkins you can store those for like 1 to 3 months in total. So it's another decent food source to actually have in stores. So we've still got plenty of carrots and parsnips, and then we've got the courgettes as well. But the courgettes are doing quite well, I must say. I've left this one on there for the time being, so I'm going to let that get slightly bigger, and then I'm going to cut that off, stuff it, and I'll just roast the whole thing off. And then we've still got the fruit on the trees as well, so not as much fruit as I've really wanted, but that's all down to the mugjack who actually got to the garden and actually took all the apples off the trees. But we've probably still got about, I don't know, a dozen apples in total. So next year you can only get better, and same with the rest of the garden. So the more experience that you actually have on growing like you know, your vegetables, the better things can only get. So I'm just so pleased, I'm just amazed by it all. So I must have probably at least 3 months worth of food left, and especially including like the ducks. You know, that's more meat that we've actually grown ourselves as well, and we've still got the broody chicken as well. So hopefully those eggs might hatch within the next 7 days or so. So we should have some new chicklings as well. So I did notice with the ducks, the duck has started laying some more eggs inside the nest, and there's probably about 10 eggs in there at the moment. So we can leave those, and we might even get another batch of ducks this year as well. So yeah, everything's all looking good. So I just need to check on Baby Blue now, just to make sure that she hasn't disappeared. There she is, the beautiful girl. So I don't know what we can do for the rest of the day, because it is rather warm already. So I might just sit back and just take it easy. But we'll see. Anyway, have a good day. Stay safe.